Hey, welcome to the Get Business Credit YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering the Experian Business Credit Reports. This is directly through Experian Business Credit Reports, smartbusinessreports.com. We're going to be going over this today and how to actually read your paid Experian Business Credit Reports. Okay, so without further ado, let's get right into it. But before I do, if you haven't already become a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button and turn the bell notification on. I'd really appreciate it. I'm constantly dropping new content about how to build business credit. All right, let's get right into it. So they have 4 different business credit reports. I'll have the link in the description below. They have one valuation report. Per report is $99. Then they have the credit score report is $39.95 per report. And then they have Profile Plus report for $49.95. And then they have the Business Credit Advantage for $189 per year. So I would tell you right now, do not get any of those because they're really not worth it. You want to get this annual one, Business Credit Advantage, because you get real-time updates on your business credit report. These are just one-time reports. So you want to get the $189 per year, and you actually get to see the last 4 digits of the account number so you can see what trade line it is that's actually reporting. If you have like NAV is fine, the NAV Business Boost, but you really want to get you also want to get this one. And like I said, it's $189 per year. So it's not much if you divide that by 12 months. So I'm going to show you guys how to go about getting it. So you're going to go to the smartbusinessreports.com. Again, I'll have the link in the description below. But you'll search, I just put this as an example, ABC Company. So you'll put your company name, city, state, and then hit My Company. And then after you hit the start search, you're going to see your company, and it's either going to say with trade lines or it's not going to have trade lines. It's up to you if you want to get this, if you do not have trade lines, if you're fairly new business. But if you have trade lines, you definitely want to hit proceed. And then, like I said, it's going to take you to the checkout page to pay for the annual membership. Okay. It's very important to get this if you're trying to really be serious about building business credit, because this will help you make sure that the business credit reporting agency such as Experian has all the up-to-date information about your business. Okay. So this is a sample report. Just keep that in mind. It's just for, the video purposes. So it's going to say the company name, like this one says LaSalle Medical. So this is the business information. This is very important because when you first start your LLC or your INC, S Corp, nonprofit, whatever it may be, the Secretary of State is going to basically just provide your business name, address, and sometimes not even have a phone number. So like LexisNexis or Experian, the credit bureaus, they're going to pull that from the different Secretary of States. So they're going to have limited information about your business. So of course, you want to double check and make sure the address is correct, the city, state, and zip code. Make sure the phone number is correct. If it doesn't have like some of this information, then you want to submit it. And there's an area where you can update it and submit it to Experian, and they will verify it. But then the Experian BIN number, just keep this in mind. This is kind of like a DUNS number in a way. It's the unique identification for your business that Experian will give you or assign to your business. Also, you'll see an area where it says also or has been operating as, and those are just DBAs or associated to your business. A lot of you guys won't have that, so just keep that in mind. Same as this, like the family linkage. So that'd be like if you own multiple businesses, say you have a holdings company and you have multiple businesses, it's gonna, show that. But for most of you, you're not gonna have that. So this is the very important part that is lacking with like the Secretary of State, that a lot of times this information is not going to be shown. So you need to provide it to Experian. A lot of times the key personnel is going to be blank. There's not going to be anything there. So it's going to say there's an update section, and it doesn't show it on here, but it will have an actual update link where you can submit the information. Like I said, I'll have all that in the description below, and it's actually called smallbusinesscreditfacts.com if I'm not mistaken. But like I said, I'll have the link in the description below. You want to make sure you provide them with a key personnel, like the CEO. If you're the owner, you want to make sure you provide that, because this is going to help with your approvals when you're applying for business credit. You have to keep this in mind when you apply for something in business credit, like Synchrony Bank or other banks. They want to see full information about your business. So if it's just very bare business credit profile, chances are they're not going to approve you. And if they do approve you, it's going to be a lot lower limit than what they could offer you. So just keep that in mind. Submit that information to them. If you're a single member LLC, just submit your name. And then this is missing a lot of times, and that's going to be your SIC code and your NAICS code. Those are your industry codes. I'll have the link in the description below how you can look those up. But you want to make sure you have those provided to Experian, because if you don't, a lot of times they will be blank because they don't have you put that a lot of times when you form your LLC or your INC, and that's going to directly correlate on getting approved, either denied or approved. There's certain types of businesses like trucking that are high risk, so you need to provide that. And then business type, it's going to say, incorporated. And then Experian file established, that's when Experian originally pulled your file. And then years in business, it's going to show that. And then your total employees. Sometimes they'll say updates, you want to update that. Sales data, that's going to be bare usually, especially if you're a new business. So it's up to you if you want to provide that or not to them. And then filing data provided by, it'll say like the state, they've pulled the Secretary of State pulled the information, and then date of incorporation. Okay, so make sure all that key data is submitted to Experian, because you really need to have that submitted to them if you want to increase your chances for the business credit approvals. You want to just definitely make sure you provide that. So Experian business credit score, it goes from 0 to 100, 100 being the best and 0 being the worst. This is just an example. Pretty much anything from like 60 and above is fine, but don't get hung up on scores too much. Too many people worry about Paydex scores and the Experian Intel scores. Don't get hung up on them too much. Just worry about building your business credit up and paying your invoices early, on time or early, and then it will all fall into place. So the key score factors is number of commercial accounts with terms other than net 1 to net 30 days. So what they mean by that is, like, if you have like a revolving card, say like I said, like Synchrony Bank, those are key factors. So it's other than net terms, other than like a Uline or a Quill. So you want to get like mixed accounts, just like personal credit, you want to get a mixed accounts. Number of commercial accounts that are not current, obviously that's a factor if you don't pay your bills on time. Number of commercial accounts with high utilization, meaning to say if you got an Amazon business line of credit and you got a $10,000 line of credit, if you're utilizing 7,500 of that and it's reports, even though you're not late, but it's going to report that, you're going to get a lower score. But like I said, don't worry about the scores too much. Utilize the business credit, pay on time or early, and the scores will fall into place over time. Length of time on Experian's file. So obviously how long it's been with Experian, the data that they have. So it's similar like your personal FICO scores, meaning like, the average age of accounts, longer is the better. Like it says here, business credit scores range from 1 to 100, with this company's receiving a score of 60. Higher scores indicate lower risk. This score predicts the likelihood of serious credit delinquencies within the next 12 months. This score uses trade line and collections information, public filings, as well as other variables to predict future risk. Okay, then next is they have another score, and this one's more important in my personal opinion. Your Experian Financial Stability Risk Rating. It goes from 1 to 5. 1 being the best, you really want to be at 1 or 2. 3, you start to be at medium risk. Obviously, 5 is high risk. So you want to be at 1 or 2. So financial stability risk rating of 1 indicates a 0.55% potential risk of severe financial distress within the next 12 months. Key rating factors: number of commercial collection accounts. So if you have collections, hopefully you don't, but that's a factor. Risk associated with the company's industrial sector. So when I said the SIC codes and ISCS codes, that's what they're referring to. So there's certain industries that are higher risk that do not pay back on time or show like a higher likelihood of becoming delinquent. That's going to be a factor on the financial stability risk from 1 to 5. And there are some industries that are just high risk that you're in, that you could be in, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just high risk. So how you can neutralize the score on that is building up the business credit, pay on time or early, and it will just fall into place. So just keep that in mind. Balance to high credit ratio for other commercial accounts. So the ratio of utilization, what you're using, that's pretty much what that means. Risk associated with the business type. So this is similar to the company's industry sector. It still falls into that category. So the financial stability risk rating ranges from a low of 1 to high of 5, with this company receiving a rating of 1. Lower ratings indicate lower risk. Experian categorizes all businesses to fit within one of the 5 risk segments. This rating predicts the likelihood of payment default and or bankruptcy within the next 12 months. This rating uses trade line and collections information, public filings, as well as other variables to predict financial future risk. So then we're going to go to the credit summary. This is what you're going to see on the paid report. Current days beyond terms, DBT 1, so you want to be at 1, and then it's going to show a predicted DBT. You want to also, that's going to be predicted as well, so obviously you want to have that at 1. And then the average industry DBT is, say, 3. So that means like you're doing better than, say other trucking companies. If you're in the transportation or trucking business, you're at 1. And then the average industry for trucking logistics is, say, 3. That's a good thing. Payment trend indicator, stable. That's what you want to show. Lowest 6-month high balance. So this is going to be your lowest balance of, say, you have 5 or 10 or 15 different trade lines. Doesn't matter if they're, net 7, net 30, revolving, doesn't matter. It's going to show the lowest amount. So say you have a U line for $75 or $100, it's going to show that there, the lowest one. And then it's going to say the highest 6-month balance, which is going to be the highest amount that you've paid on, say, any account one single time. So if you have an Amazon business line of credit for $10,000 and you've utilized, say, $7,500, you've made that payment, it's going to show the highest payment. That's very important to get, say, no PG auto loans, because they want to see that you can handle. That's what the banks want to see, is that you can handle a single payment that is a high payment with a balance, and it's been paid. Current total accounts balance, so that's all the accounts combined. And then the highest credit amount extended, that's going to show, but this is for businesses that's already built up a lot of business credit. So you might not see some of these sections in there if you're a fairly new business and not a lot of trade lines. And then you're going to see payment trade lines, see charts in detail. There's an area you can click on that, but it's going to show the total trade lines that's being reported to Experian and their partners, like the different banks and the Small Business Financial Exchange. It's going to show there. Like it says, like right here, lender custodian experiences. That's typically going to be banks that's been reported to a financial exchange, such as the Small Business Financial Exchange. And then the UCC filings, they're not bad. Those are typically loans, leasing, that once you get a loan or, say, equipment leasing, the underwriter or bank will submit to your Secretary of State that there's a UCC filing, just to let them know. They're not necessarily derogatory or anything, as long as you pay everything on time. And then banking, insurance, and leasing, it will show that. A lot of you guys won't have this, just keep that in mind. So there's an area that says business scoring worse, 59%. That's not that great. You want to be above 60% on that. Higher the number, better. Bankruptcies, obviously, you want to be at 0. Liens, you want to be at 0. Judgments, obviously, you want to be also at 0. Collections, it's pretty self-explanatory. You also want to be at 0. This is the payment trend summary. And the black here is the industry, like I was telling you guys before. And then the blue is going to be your company. So you want to have that always be at 100%, of course. And I think this is also self-explanatory. You want to be at 100% being current. And this is month by month. And then this will show up to 30 days beyond terms. So that's 2%. You want to have that at 0%. And you want to have the current at be 100%. So pay everything on time. This is quarterly. Same thing as the last slide, but this is based on a quarterly, the last 90 days. And then trade payment information. So this is where you see the account numbers. So you can, with the Business Advantage account, you're going to be able to see the last 4 digits of the account. So you can see which one it is, say Uline or whatever financial institution that approved you. On the reporting, you're going to see the last 4 digits of the account number. So you're going to see like financial services, financial services, leasing, or it could be net 30, whatever it may be. The supplier category, report, the date reported, the activity, meaning the last time that it was actually reported, and then the payment terms. So it's going to say like net 30, revolving. A lot of times in the payment experiences, financial trades, a lot of times it's going to be saying revolving. REV is usually what it's going to show because the net 30s are going to go under a different section. I'll show you in a minute. But it's going to say recent high credit, and it's going to say the amount, and then the balance that you have, the current balance, and current. You want to always be at 100%, of course. Keep in mind, if you got, say, a $10,000 approval with Amazon business line of credit, it's not going to show that $10,000. It's only going to show what you actually used. So if it's $7,500, it's only going to show that $7,500. Okay, so don't get hung up on, oh, it doesn't show that you got a, your $10,000 approval or whatever. Don't worry about that. You have to utilize the different business credit lines for them to actually report and have an impact on building your business credit. Sometimes some of them will report if you're approved, but it's going to show, 0 activity, and that's not really helping you. So you need to utilize those trade lines and pay on time. So lender custodian experiences, financial exchange trades, those are going to be like typically your business credit cards. They report to a financial exchange, business financial exchange. And like this says commercial card and the last 4 digits, balance date. It's going to say the last payment date, payment terms, say monthly, and then your recent high credit, balance, current. Of course, you want to be always current. Pay everything early. I always say if it's due, say on the 1st of the month, pay on the 25th. Pay early. And then there's trade line experiences. So trade line experiences are typically going to be like Uline will show here. And it's going to say net 30. That's usually the area you're going to see all the, net 30 accounts are going to be in the supplier category under trade line experiences. Okay? So it's pretty self-explanatory like the past ones. And then additional trade line experiences. It's a lot of you guys aren't going to see those here, so just keep that in mind. This is just a sample report, but like this one says building materials, chemicals, auto rentals. So you're not going to really see those in there. Those are aged trade lines, so meaning like if it's over 1 year old and you haven't used them, that's usually what that's going to be showing in that area. And then also it's going to be the same payment trends. You want to be at 100%. And then the inquiries. So inquiries don't have as big of a effect on the business credit score than say on your personal credit. So keep that in mind. Don't get too hung up on like, oh, you have to be at 0 inquiries or it's going to drop your score. Of course, Experian doesn't tell 100% everything because that's their, one of their ways of giving you a score. It's their own algorithm, but in my experience, I haven't seen that inquiries really affect business credit score, unless maybe you're applying for 20 things, 30 different trade lines that are pulling Experian per month. But if you're just doing, 3 to 5 per month that pulls Experian, I wouldn't think it's anything to worry about. It's going to say the supplier category. Usually it's going to be financial services, or it could be bank. So based on information found in this report, we recommend the following action. So at the bottom of the report, it's going to tell you what you need to do to improve your scores based on your particular business. So it says like here, the number of accounts reporting in the last 6 months is low. You should attempt to use more accounts you may have or open new trade lines. So keep in mind, if you have, say, 5 or 10 trade lines reporting, you need to use them. So if you just use them once a year, that's not going to help you. You need to be using them at least every 60 to 90 days. If you're really trying to build business credit, that's what you need to do. Like it says here, you have a number of accounts with terms that are not standard net 30 terms. You should attempt to obtain net 30 terms if possible from existing and future trade line suppliers. So that's if you don't have net 30 accounts, you need to. Back to what I said before, you need to have mixed accounts. Just like personal credit, you need to have mixed accounts. Say business credit cards, revolving, net 30, trade lines, you need to have all those mixed. The length of time Experian has credit history in your company also affects your score. So like it says right here, young companies are penalized for not having a long credit history. Older companies benefit from having a long history. Just don't get hung up on a lot of these numbers. Just, get those trade lines, build them up, pay for your net 30s or your revolving accounts, pay for them on time or early, and the rest will work itself out. The amount of your balances, the amount of your previous high credit on one or more of your trade lines are close, pay down these trade lines. So like I said, you want to keep those trade lines paid down, but you also want to show that you can handle multiple payments. And it says right here, make sure all the information seen in your credit report is correct. So it says businesscreditfacts.com. That's where you can submit it. Even if you don't get this paid Business Credit Advantage account, it's fine. You can go to businesscreditfacts.com and submit all your updated information. Okay, like I said here, Business Credit Advantage. This is the one you want to get. You get your Intel score and financial stability risk rating, and you get real-time alerts that if anything that changes. In my personal opinion, don't get any of these. They're single time reports, and you're not going to be able to see your last 4 digits of the account number to be able to track. So get the $189 per year annual. I may have a discount for you, like Brex. If you're with Brex, you can get 50% off. So I'll put the link in the description below. If you're with Brex, you can get it for like $94. That's pretty much it, but I just wanted to point out to you guys how important Experian is. Experian, I kind of am a little bit biased out of the different business credit reporting agencies. There's Experian, there's Equifax Commercial, and Dun & Bradstreet, and CreditSafe. I favor Experian because Experian is used, in my personal opinion, on different trade lines. It's used more often for good trade lines, such as the different gas cards and like Synchrony Bank. They pretty much use Experian, and all these trade lines are reporting to Experian every month. So you can check out my other videos on that. Please hit the subscribe button. If you're not already a subscriber, double check and give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I know this video was a bit long, but I wanted to give you guys a 2022 update on how to read the business credit report with Experian. With all that being said, you guys take care and stay tuned for more videos. Bye-bye.